My name is Sheila. Welcome back to Handbook for the New Paradigm, Volume 3. We are in, that one is called Becoming. This is the second session. So, for those of you that may be following along with me in the book, I am on page 257. And we just begin. The days ahead do not look bright for those of you in the USA. Now, keep in mind, guys, this is published in 2018, and today is 2024. So I would say that from that time to this, it really has been showing itself, hasn't it? The dark plans appear to be coagulating into form as they have been planned. The light workers are the focus of, quote, God as you have chosen to name the outplay of creative energies that bring into being galaxies, solar systems, planets, and individualized awareness to acknowledge and experience these manifestations. These now begin their work in earnest. Indeed, each individual awareness has within itself that creative energy that is theirs to acknowledge and to know personally. It is the focus of that subtly powerful energy that is who each really is. It appears to be part apart from the personality slash ego that is capable of comprehending the understanding of the concept of it. And this is in italics now for those of you not following along in the book. It is the quote, becoming of this apparently larger than life beingness that is the difficult accomplishment. And I totally get that, right? There is, yet there is, quote, no other God. That which each is in this larger reality is the only doorway to understanding the concept of what is called God. God is not a focus of personality, individual thought processes, or a benevolent creator separate from you. God is the combination of the focus of all its parts coalesced into the composite of all. Boy, that's probably the best I've heard it described. Each awareness is blocked from being a part of that composite until each realizes that it is a part of this composite. Being told that it is means nothing at all. It is the realization that one's self is a viable part of that composite that encompasses the totality of the being. That is what becoming is all about. One must become that reality and realize it is a viable aspect of the totality of God and that its input to that reality is the truth of who they are. It is not a mental realization, but one that registers total agreement within the mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual levels of the total self. In other words, the spiritual aspect that focuses each into manifested reality finally gets the message through to the rest of its focus that is walking around in the body. I, I feel like that's what I mean when I speak on the fact that we are divinity focused into this physical vessel, and we channel that to the best of our ability, but also knowing that we have an ego slash personality. Back to the book here. The body must register this understanding through the totality of its brain slash nervous system, resulting in what is called a realization that then registers as a sudden feeling sensation accompanied by an all-encompassing understanding. And I'll use the word understanding. It allows for a total change in perception with regard to the self and how this self fits into the composite picture of experience. This results in a change in the perception of, quote, God, which suddenly allows for an understanding that God equates to cosmic slash galactic citizenship rather than a father slash child relationship. It is a shift from, quote, being or experiencing as powerless to the awesome responsibility of being a contributing portion to the totality of what constitutes, quote, God, or the creative energy of potentiality being focused into experience in order that it can be defined and understood. The pivotal point at which this change takes place is not a shift from negative to positive. It is rather an uplifting to a new point in the spiral of experience that allows for a greater understanding and ability to utilize the positive slash negative energies that are part and parcel of the outflow of creative energies in the individual and collective foci that result in the larger matrix or design of the whole pattern of a galaxy. It is easier to grasp the larger picture of this description than to define it at the level of each individual awareness. Each being comes to the point of their own realization in unique ways and by unique combinations of experience and wisdom. The point is often approached and rejected many times before the actual crossover acceptance happens. It requires a great deal of courage to cross over to a new and different perspective of the life experience. It requires releasing well-learned lessons and entering into a completely new consciousness of what reality truly is. For those who are on the planet Earth now, the deceptions are of such magnitude and the truth of what each being is so well hidden that the acceptance of the truth by the masses is such a gigantic leap in consciousness that it appears to be impossible that it could possibly happen. Yet, happen it must, if this segment of the human race and this jewel of a planet are to survive. When viewed from the larger perspective, the deceptions as perpetrated on the human race of this planet are so totally illogical that it is quite amazing that so few humans have figured out the truth. Granted, many, when they are first introduced to the possibility that they have been deceived, immediately resonate with the idea and begin to contemplate its possibility and arrive at the truth of its probability. However, Those that cling to the deceptions with tenacity are in the overwhelming majority. It is therefore to be anticipated that much chaos will be experienced before a mathematical coefficient of beings making the realization and change of consciousness is reached to bring about a shift in the future experience on this planet. It is then to be anticipated that the planet itself may or may not be able to survive the abuse that is being loosed upon it. To enable more help from the galactic citizenry to assist in this situation, a large number of, quote, responsible Earth citizens must request this help to save the planet first and the citizenry second. The requests now are being made more on a personal salvation basis than from the larger picture, which automatically includes the personal aspect. Thus, it is that we offer these concepts for the consideration of those who choose to read and to accept them as suggestions worth considering and acting upon. Our concern is that the, quote, composite concept of God that each awareness is entitled to contribute to as a realized consciousness become the next focus of concern for those awake and aware humans awaiting the next step of their assignment, in their assignment. And that's the end of that one. Wow, I cannot help but notice the timing of this one for me personally. I haven't recorded any of these for the last week, I don't think. And I just had a conversation with a new friend today where we were discussing this very thing. So there's a lot in this one, and I am going to release it immediately, and I'm also going to share it on my Facebook page. But I also want to tell you right now, this is in the third volume, and each one of these volumes are under their own playlist on the channel. So if you are seeing this one today out of order, I highly recommend that you go back and take a listen to all of them because they have loads of really good information in them. Okay, so I will be right back with number 3. Be well, my friends, until the next time we meet.